Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? How's
What's
everybody
up?
doing out there?
If you didn't know, now you know, or you about to know.
Or are you about to find out? So today's video, we're gonna play a little stuff about this is not political. This is literally just kind of showing how DOD backtracks and people lie to you, and it costs a whole bunch of service members their jobs, Isn't that kind of crazy, X?
Yeah, I mean, call it what you want, political or not. Like, it's something that's happening, and it's not some. It's kind of like fugazi. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. So here we go. Let's get right into it, man. All right. So real quick to give you a little background, this is Senator Schmidt. He's from Missouri, and he is talking to the U.S. Secretary of the Navy, who's a civilian position. All right. So here we go.
Do you want all the members of your team to feel like they're included?
Well, I have a question. Do you believe that you were an ally for the 1,878 soldiers who were fired, or the 3,746 Marines who were fired for not taking the COVID shot? Were you an ally for them?
Sir, I followed the laws. They disobeyed
Or did
the
they
law.
feel included?
They disobeyed a law.
They were fired.
They were fired because they disobeyed.
Do you
the
regret
law.
that? Do you regret that?
Currently existed. I have no regrets.
You have
whatsoever.
recruitment challenges. You
You know what,
refuse to.
Senator?
You refuse to admit the DEI is a part of this. You're firing qualified people who are well trained, and you sit here so smugly to act like none of that has any impact on the readiness of our Navy.
Senator, we recontacted 3,500 of the 4,800 people who were fired. You know how many actually decided to come back to the Navy?
How many?
Two.
Shocker.
Two.
They're at the level of respect they receive from their government.
Wow. That's crazy.
Hey, so what do you think about that, man? Isn't that kind of nuts?
That's crazy. Whew.
Shocker. Only two people joined back up. Wow.
So, can you provide some context? Who was talking here? What we were listening to?
Okay, so what we were listening to was the Senator Schmidt from Missouri, and they're talking to the Secretary of the Navy about recruitment and readiness of the Navy, right? So of course it goes into this, like, hey, you kicked all these people out, and do you really think you're protecting them? The bigger
because of they refused to take the COVID shot.
Yep, because they refused to take a shot. Bigger picture is DOD kicked out around 8,000 total for not taking the shot. And less than 100 of DOD have actually joined back up after being discharged from the military. So that's what they were kind of talking about, which, I mean, no shit. No wonder they wouldn't join back up. You just got kicked out and disgraced by your own service, and you get kicked out and, hey, come back in? Come on, man.
For something as silly as how we're treating COVID right now.
Absolutely. And I got another video that's going to tie right into it. I'll play the video and then we'll discuss after that. What do you think? Sound good?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. So, hey, so this is before I play it for you. This is Como. He used to be an anchor on CNN. He got fired. His brother was a governor of New York. This is the other guy. I don't know his name. He was the old head of the CDC. If you remember watching all the news briefings and all that, he was always talking about transmission, the shot, and this and that, but he was all over TV. When I saw this video, I thought it was funny because Como, as a reporter for CNN, basically said people who wouldn't get the shot were horrible people. They deserve to die, Some of the alternate methods that people are using, like ivermectin, was wrong. And just recently on PBD podcast, which I know you listen to and other people have, he admitted, like, yeah, I have injuries from my vaccine and I'm on ivermectin right now as we speak. Like, was no big deal.
Joe Rogan was all about.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm going to play it so quick. And then the reason why it ties in, you're going to see, he's going to say, like, us under a certain age, you probably didn't need to get it. And now some of the people who never had COVID actually. Yep. So here we go.
Those of us that tried to suggest there may be significant side effects from vaccines, we kind of, like with the rest of your show that you had early on, we kind of got canceled because no one wanted to talk about the potential that there was a problem from the vaccines because they were afraid that that would cause people.
Now I got to pause this real quick. I don't ever remember the CDC guy getting canceled for everything he was saying. Like, they touted him everywhere, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Ax, you remember anything different about this guy, the CDC commissioner?
I don't remember him getting canceled. I mean, in that position, you're known to get backlash. You're known to get some kind of, like, that should be a common thing. Like, canceled, you can't really cancel a man who sits in a position.
Absolutely. Okay.
No,
Go ahead.
all good.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Not to want to get vaccinated. The reality is, I was part of Warp Speed. These are important vaccines. We saved a lot of lives. They're important for the most vulnerable people, those over 65 years of age. They really aren't that critical for those that are under 50 or younger. But those vaccines saved a lot of lives. But they're also, we have to be honest, some people got significant side effects from the vaccine. I have a number of people that are quite ill, and they never had COVID, but they are ill from the vaccine. And we just have to acknowledge that.
That is the old CDC director admitting, hey, under the age of 50, probably didn't need it. And there's a lot of people that never got COVID that have injuries from it. And the reason why I thought was pertinent was we just saw the Secretary of the Navy saying how many they kicked out, and he didn't feel bad, which it wasn't a law. It was a directive. There was no law. It wasn't passed by Congress in that. It was, hey, you're going to get this shot and that's it. I thought it was kind of funny to watch all this and kind of see like, man, you know, with the recruitment numbers as low as they are and a hard time getting people in, and we have over 8,000 that we just kicked out. And now all of a sudden we're admitting, hey, yeah, we were wrong. We probably shouldn't have made people do it. And now they're gone. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I know people specifically that were refusing to take it for specific, you know, whether it was religious or other reasons. And they're still in, but they did catch some backlash for it. You know, luckily they weren't like, you know, held back from promotion or anything, but there could have been some severe, you know, obviously some people were kicked out, you know.
Yeah. A lot were kicked out, which is
ridiculous.
It's really sad that we kicked all those people out and it wasn't even a law. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of shitty to see that, you know what I mean?
Yep. Everyone just kind of went, well, if you're not going to go abide by it, then we've got to put you out so we can continue on with our mission. We can't have this be a limb fact.
Absolutely. And I mean, there's a lot of people that kicked out with 18, 19 years in, and I know some that did not, that got passed over for promotion, and not promotion, but jobs and stuff, because they refused to get the shot. Therefore couldn't go into position because where they're going to, like, you had to have that because that was a question, you know. And in the military for a while, you had to carry your card everywhere with you and show it like that you had it until they started updating records and everything.
Right.
I was at the Sergeant Major's Academy when that happened, and that was, you were not going to graduate unless you went and got your vaccine and you showed proof on a card saying, hey, I have, you know, I got my my vaccine. And if you didn't, they got rid of you out of class, out of school completely. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it, which is it's a shitty thing, you know, because Sergeant Major's Academy, you're the pinnacle for enlisted in the Army, and now you're getting kicked out of class. Mind you, you're still waiting to get approved because, you know, you've done a religious exemption or something like that of why you don't want to get the vaccine. But this academy had zero care. They just say, see you later.
While you're waiting to get approved, you can get released from courses.
Yep.
You can get your rank withheld. All kinds of stuff could happen in between that approval time frame that apparently never happened.
Yeah, which is just, it's shitty, man. And I just thought we're not going to do a long video. I just wanted to do this video, kind of talk about, tie that in, and how shitty our numbers are. And again, we kicked out all these people, and there's no chance of getting them back. They're not going to come back. They're going to be scarred forever from this, you know, getting kicked out of, you know, because think about getting out, you know, you're retired now, all the stuff you have to do to get out of the military. It's a lot. It's not just, yeah. Oh, I don't either. And especially if they got benefits now, why would you, you know, take the chance of losing those to get back into when you get back out? Now you can't get those benefits anymore. And now you're behind your peers and stuff that were the same rank as you or same job as you. And now you're coming back in and look at, you know, you're going to be looked at a little different. You know what I mean?
There has to be some kind of benefit in coming back after you were wrongfully put out, in my opinion. I don't know if it's a financial benefit or like I don't want to use the word reparation or anything like that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they did you wrong. They kind of owe you. Like, some people, their lives were changed and impacted so negatively that they couldn't bounce back.
Yeah. And not even a admission that, hey, we were wrong. Like, you had the CDC director trying to, hey, we were canceled. No, you weren't. You're part of that group that kind of helped cancel some of those people that didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? And now all of a sudden you're trying to tie yourself into the group that was on the other side the whole time. Like, I think that's real bullshit. And the letter the army sent out was pretty shitty, man. It wasn't even like, hey, we're really sorry, we messed up, we did, you know, we thought what we did was right, da 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 da. Nothing, just, hey, you want to get back in? Like, fuck no.
Yeah.
So, but hey, we'll end it there, man. Anything you wanna add or say before we end the video there, bud?
Always make the right choices for what's good for you and your family. I understand sometimes people got to make sacrifices for their families, and unfortunately, some of us go through that. But yeah, be smart, be educated, look for the resources. Don't believe everything you hear. Unfortunately, our generations will pay for it. Our bloodlines will unfortunately pay for it. And
for everybody out there, if anybody thinks you know, they were affected by whatever like that, you know, getting kicked out, please put a comment below, let us know. But I appreciate it. Deuces.
Peace.